Hello beer tubers and welcome to yet another beer review with me, Peter the Master of Hobbits. Today looking at yet another Fuller's beer. As you know, Fuller's is one of my favorite, more traditional UK breweries, so it's always nice to try something from them. This is the newest beer in their Past Masters series, which I've previously reviewed every single release from. And this is the Fuller's Past Masters Old Burton Extra. Now, the Old Burton style is kind of an older style of beer from the UK, or the Burton style, which was brewed in Burton-on-Trent. It's kind of a more hoppy beer, kind of like the whole IPA thing, but not as hoppy. And this is Fuller's rebrewing one of their Old Burton, or Burton beers. Now, yeah, it says here on the back, Old Burton Extra is the third in the series, brewed at to the Old Burton Extra recipe from 1931. This ale is wonderfully strong and fruity, balanced with a pronounced hop flavor. Now, I've never had a Burton ale, or an Old Burton ale, or Old Burton Extra, or whatnot. So this should be interesting. It's 7.3%, so it's fairly big, especially considering it's an English beer. But yeah, actually back in the day, if you read Mitch Steele's IPA, or the book IPA, you'll learn that they did very hoppy beers back then too. So back in the day, actually, it's not that new of a trend. So we got the Old Burton, what is it? Old Burton Extra, right? Yeah, Old Burton Extra poured in the Past Master series. That's pretty nice. It's a darker golden color though. It's like a kind of a mix of a golden color and a caramel kind of color, like a maybe amber, slightly amber. Nice two-finger off-white head on it. Let's check out the aroma. Not as enticing as the other Fuller's Past Masters. So far, my favorite was the double stout, which was really good. But it has a little bit of a grassy, hoppy notes, a little bit of floral notes as well. It's got some spicy kick as well, but not much of that. Just a little hint of that. A little bit of a sweet maltiness and a breadiness. It's actually rather mild, and I'm getting like a sugary sweetness as well. The aroma is quite subdued. It's not the biggest aroma I've had. It's actually the weakest aroma so far in one of these Past Masters ales. I pick up maybe a slight tinge of alcohol, but not too much of it, along with a little bit of a bright fruit ester, but yeah, actually not insanely complex, so, well, let's give it a taste, see how it is. Cheers, guys. Yeah, not that much going on, to be honest. It is no way near as good as the others. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not bad at all. It's actually tasty, but I was surprised because the others were really flavorful compared to this one. Well, flavors in there, or let's start with the body. Body's medium. It's kind of lightly chewy. Flavors in there, no alcohol to speak of, even though it's 7.3, which is kind of big in the UK, but no taste of that. Nice kind of sweet breadiness, some sweeter bread, a little bit of a sugary note. Hop flavors, I won't say it's got that much hop flavor. It says it here, it says like wonderfully strong and fruity flavors and pronounced hop flavor. I won't say the hop flavor is pronounced. There's some grassy and citrusy notes, a little bit of floral component, but that's about it. And it's all very mild. And it does have that sugary, almost candied sugar flavor. I like the breadiness on it though. And I also kind of like the touch of fruit ester that there is in there, like a bright fruit ester. It does have some caramel, slightly caramelly tones as well. But the fruit, or the hoppy flavors aren't too dominating at all. But one thing though, it's actually fairly bitter for like some of these British ales. It feels a little more bitter than some of them. But not as much as like in modern day IPAs. And it does have a little bit of, again, I actually get now a little bit of that spicy kick. Surprisingly weak compared to the other Past Masters beers. That said, it's not a bad beer. It's just not as flavorsome as the others. So, yeah, definitely worth checking out though, because it is a style you don't really see anymore. And I love to try dead beer styles when people try to rebrew them. I think that's a really cool skill to have. And it's so cool that Fuller's has these old books to look into to find these old recipes and try to rebrew them. So, yeah, rating wise for the Fuller's Past Masters, Old Burton Extra, I'm gonna go 75 on it. It's a good beer, not all the. I mean, it's better than good, but it's not all the way up in being in the great territory. I would have wanted a little more hop flavor and all, but again, it's just a test kind of to rebrew one of these old beers, and that is really cool. So yeah, guys, I'm really interested in hearing what you think of this. So definitely let me know what you think of the Fuller's Past Masters Old Burton Extra if you've had it. As always, guys, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter, and also now Untapped. Master Falcons. And yeah, guys, I want to say cheers, and I want to see you in yet another beer review.